Okay. Okay, we will call the meeting of the Irvington Architecture Review Board to order. As a reminder, please be ready to share your computer with your application. Should you need to do so. And also please introduce yourself, especially if you are not the applicant. If you're representing the applicant, please let us know. Okay, we have no continuations or revisions or any of that nature, so we will start right in on new applications. We will start with ARB 23-43, 1 Deep Hollow Close, and it's a fence. Please raise your hand if you'd like to be, if you need to be led into the conversation.
Unmute. Hi there, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Hi there. My name is Emily Massich. I am the owner at 1 Deep Hollow Close. I am obviously doing a fence permit. Sorry, I usually use Teams and I'm on my husband's computer. So give me 1 second to just share my screen with you.
Sure.
As I wrote in our proposal, the main reason for this fence is that we live off of the golf course and we share a pond. So we would like to put a 3-foot fence along the pond side for the safety of my 2-year-old and my 5-year-old. We also have a dog. And then we would like to fence in the rest of the property, including the front, because we tend to have some through traffic on our circle of people turning around, and they do tend to go pretty fast. So, main purpose is child safety. Hold on, this is not sharing in Keynote, of course. Can you help me share it? Sorry for the delay. Give me 1 moment.
Okay.
Can you just share?
So,
Okay, can you see it?
yes, we can.
Okay, so as I said here, okay, so this is obviously our parcel here on 1 Deep Hollow. This is our survey that we had. It was 2019 when we bought the house. So detailed here is exactly what we plan on doing. Sorry for the coloring, but it was a little challenging to do the different pieces. So across the front in the blue is going to be a black aluminum picket fence. And
You have a cursor that you can show us where you're talking about, because we're not seeing colors. Oh no, you can go back to that if you want, because that one we see
would that
colors.
be easier? Yeah, so this will detail it a little bit better. Sorry, I did it a couple different ways just to show you. So yeah, across the front, which is the left corner, I guess, that smaller block there is our garage. So the proposed black aluminum fence, picket fence, will go there along, again, on the left side of the property. And then the orange that's on the left side as well is actually the existing fence for, I think there's 75 Havermeyer, which is our direct neighbor. So we're going to obviously leave the fence there as is. And then the purple at the bottom is the 3-foot fence. It's a picket fence, chain link fence rather, that will be for keeping the kids away from the pond. And then the green on the right side is going to be just a 5-foot chain link fence across that side. Make sense?
It does, and it's all heavily landscape, so I'm not overly concerned. Matter of fact, once I went through the entire application, I was pretty convinced of what you were trying to do and understood everything. So I really didn't have any issues. I'll defer to the other board members to see if they have any questions or concerns.
I had no issues. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
all right,
Do you want me to go through the rest of it or?
if you don't mind.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I just, put in pictures of where the gate will be. These are our front steps. Obviously, our property being a little different. You pull into the driveway. That's on the right-hand side. That's our garage. So the gate will just go so you can get up that main front stair, which is how you enter into our house. So that will keep, again, kids and dogs inside. And then there'll be the fence across the retaining wall that exists there. And then it will pull across the front yard. That rock is actually what we see from our front entrance of our house. And I did detail there with a viewpoint, as you can see on the left-hand side. This comes across on that side part of the property. And there'll be a gate there for access. We have cleaned some of the leaves out of there. So, but mainly it'll just be if the gardener needs to get over there for some reason, but that's the shared part of the golf course over there.
Okay.
Again, this is the shared piece with the golf course. So we'll just go down along. This is the chain link fence again on that side of the property. This is also shared with the golf course. These are our existing green giants, they're called, sorry. So that will be just a chain link fence there. And again, the detailing along our property line that we share with that pond for the kids. And this is the other piece that we share with 75 Havermeyer. So these are the neighbors' existing green giants that we're just going to line up a fence right there, being the aluminum, because we want to obviously keep it nice along with his style. Right here where I wrote gate, we're actually going to do a double gate because which is will be an 8-foot, so that allow for the gardener to get in his equipment that he uses to do the grass. This is again the same style that we're doing with 75 Havermeyer. That's on the other side of our fence. So we're keeping with that style that he's got right there.
Okay,
These are just some other places around our neighborhood. This is 73 Havermeyer, which is the same aluminum fence. This is 5 Belmont Drive, which it backs up to us, which is just another chain link. Just again, showing that we're trying to keep with the style of the neighborhood. This is our direct neighbor across the street at 3 Deep Hollow, same similar black aluminum fence. Some other examples around. Just an example of this is not the example. This is the fence that we will be using, just a contemporary style, pretty basic, nothing too crazy. Just the railing, we're just doing the gate like this, a standard gate. And then again, the one that will be the double gate to make it a larger entrance for equipment will be the bottom one. And that's us.
good. Okay, once again, I didn't have any other issues other than what you've already proposed, so I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're good to go.
Okay, wonderful. So this is our first time doing a permit with the town since we haven't been here too long. Can I then just tell the fence company to order the parts and we can start going as soon as possible? Or how
I
does-
would speak to the building department and plan your strategy going forward. They'll be better off to tell you when you can expect your permit. And it's up to you whether you want to order it or not. We've approved it. I don't know that the building department is going to find any other irregularities, but I don't suspect so. But once again, speak to the building department. They'll guide you along your way.
Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you for the guidance and I hope you guys have a nice evening.
You
You
too.
too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. We have a double header here. ARB 23-44 is 7 Lewis Road. It's siding. And 2345, we'll do them separately, but 2345 is 21 Beechwood Road, same issue. But we'll start with 7 Lewis Road.
Again.
Asphalt.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
The same, right? The,
That's,
for both.
well, yeah, the roof is, but there's a different.
Oh.
Well, actually, you're the same. Okay,
No,
Are they
they're
different?
a little different.
oh, yeah. They are different. Okay. Is this Mr. Lai?
Yes.
Okay. Are you prepared to make a presentation or where are we going with this?
Yeah, so we're starting with 7 Lewis.
Yes, please.
Okay, so 7 Lewis, I had left samples with the building department.
We just looked at them as a
Okay.
board.
Yeah, so we're gonna be replacing the existing wood siding with hardy plank. I have the sample over there.
Yep.
And also, we're gonna re-roof the house in the charcoal, a lifetime asphalt tile.
The only question that I had during the month was hardy plank comes in smooth and textured, and I'd asked you to please specify which you have chosen, and in fact, these are both textured, so we got our answer there.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do both texture, yeah.
Did you want to see the application?
Pretty straightforward.
It is.
Yeah,
It
I don't
is.
need to see it.
Okay, so when it comes to Lewis Road, I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
I, Aye.
Okay. We can go on to 21 Beechwood Road now. I believe it's the same situation.
Yeah, it's we're gonna re-roof with a charcoal asphalt tile. And also the textured hardy. We're gonna replace the wood siding that's on there.
Okay. Any issues that we should be made aware of?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. Okay, I will then, if there's no other questions from the board, I will then make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
second,
All in favor?
I,
You're good to go, Mr. Lai.
Right, thank you.
Yep, thank you. Okay. Moving along, 23-46, 3 Woodbine Road, windows. Yeah. Can you get that out of there?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
You can.
Oh, great. And you can see the screen okay?
Yeah, we're just trying to, we have something on our screen that we're trying to get rid of. If you just bear with us for 1 second.
Sure.
Why don't you check? Can you click on it or no?
is that from, that's not from the computer?
No, it's not broadcasting,
Weird.
but I hit the home button. It's not going away.
Okay.
Can you push that little triangle on the top right? The little like arrow triangle thing,
To the right,
it's like the on pop-up,
on the pop-up that,
on the top right.
I can't.
yeah, because you don't have a cursor.
No.
All right. Why don't we start?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pete Gulick from Michael Lewis Architects in Dobbs Ferry, presenting 3 Woodbine for our clients, Alex and Elizabeth Reynolds. Sorry for the multiple revisions here to get to this one. Basically, it's a 2-story house that was built in 1950. We're doing some interior renovation work on the upper level, renovating the kitchen and interior of the living room ceiling, and some reconfigured walls on the lower level. But we're also replacing all of the windows. And as you know, on the sides and rear, a few different sizes and configurations from the original there. Should we look at the plans at all or go right to the elevations?
I would say go right to the elevations.
Okay. Sounds good. So this sheet just shows the existing on the top and the proposed on the bottom. This is the front and the garage side, which wasn't really an issue. And then moving
Right.
around to, I'm sorry.
Those two sides were an issue.
The front existing and then proposed, and then this is the garage side. And then on the rear and the neighbor side that faces our down neighbor to the south, that's the windows where we had done some reconfiguration and changes.
Okay.
You know, one of the reasons that we were configured the windows this way was that in the main bedroom here, there was no egress window. So this is one of the reasons why we had made this window larger. This is the main bedroom here. And then keeping those lower ones the way they are, the same size, but they did want to add these windows at the end of the living room. So that's the reason for the, the slight asymmetry on this elevation. That side
Yeah.
also is seen, if I could just go back to the site plan quickly. You're coming down Woodbine Road here, and this is the end of the cul-de-sac. And this is that elevation that we were just looking at, the south side. You don't see too much of it from the street. And Alex and Elizabeth did speak with our southern neighbor here about the changes they were doing and showed them the drawings just to make sure they knew what they were proposing. So that's the exterior and the new windows. Any questions or comments?
On the rear side, you're removing a door. Is that what it looks like?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
There's sort of downstairs, there's a very large mechanical room and workshop. So we're reducing the size of the mechanical room. And that's where the laundry room will be now. So we're replacing that door with a similar windows that are on either side of it here. So that's the new window there in the middle on the rear facade. Whereas before it was just the door there.
Okay, as you know, I question the symmetry on the rear and the south side. I get why you're doing what you're doing, but it's probably best that we don't have an architect in-house right now because they'd give you a hard time. Certainly.
Yeah, and these are hard. These windows are difficult placement inside. It's one of those things I think that looks nice from the outside, but on the inside, you get a window sort of in the corner of a room, which looks unusual.
Right.
And this is where the bed is, so it's hard to, replicate this and make it symmetrical on the other side as well. So that's how we ended up with this configuration on the.
I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A tough one to balance inside and outside for sure. On this elevation.
Yep. You always have to see what's going on inside to
Yeah,
make room
yeah.
for allowance for what's going on outside.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
I don't have any other questions. Anybody?
No, not for me.
Fine.
Okay, I will then make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
You
You
too.
too.
All right, we will move on to the last application of the evening, 23-47, 25 North Broadway, the Irvington Presbyterian Church. And it's about a playground.
Sarah, we have another pop-up. The other side.
You guys hear me?
We can see you too, partially.
Okay.
I said partially, we got a pop-up that's taking over the screen at the moment. We will, we're tending to it now, so
Oh,
if
okay.
you want to speak and tell us, where you're going, we can handle that right now, but in order to see what's going on the screen. It's gonna take a minute.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm Steve Sudak from Stephen Tilley's office in Dobbs Ferry. I trust you, you've taken a look at this project, but if not, I can run you through it real quick verbally.
We have looked at it, but why don't you take us through it?
Okay, I can, let me, I'll share my
Please share.
screen. Yeah, we can start with a plan. I guess that's the best way because it's really all about a plan. There's no real elevations per se. So let's see. Desktop. That might work. All right. A minute. Now I got to figure out where I am. Let's see. Okay. You seeing that?
Yep.
Okay. The overall plan, this of course is the Presbyterian Church parking lot or site, Broadway over here on the to the east. Way at the west of the site is the aqueduct right of way, and there's a small parking area. The concept was primarily to replace these two playgrounds, the equipment in these two playgrounds, but also to create an accessible pathway from this parking area down to the first and then the second play area, and ultimately down to the lower portion of the site. So let's see, I have
Lower
blown
portion
up
of the site, it's the lower portion of the site where the school's picked up.
it's where the school actually functions in their outdoor capacity. They have story time out here in this, and they play time out in this yard. This is the school building. I'm not super familiar with the intimate workings of the inside of the school, but there's a school in here. There's an auditorium in here, and this back exit, you come out and you're out onto this lower section of the site. They currently actually conduct their story time just in a sort of a found condition down here, where it's a rather unpleasant asphalt and some concrete. We plan to take all of that concrete and asphalt out, clean it up, and give it just a path here. And we actually left a little level spot here as this begins to climb the slope. We left a little spot here up on the hillside to have that story time. We kept everything on the accessible pathways to 1 and 20 slope to avoid handrail situations. It's a very gradual slope up the first segment here, levels off a bit, flat, up again slowly to this point. At this point, you are then on the first level of this plateau where the first play area is. And where we are then swinging a wide arc to the west, we come in some proximity to some existing trees, and that's why we put a boardwalk in this section here that's elevated to preserve all the tree roots and just allow the terrain to remain the same under this segment here. And then we pick up again with an accessible path, which is, this is stone dust that's consolidated with a kind of a polymer. So that brings you up to this plateau, which is then this play area, and then ultimately up to this upper lot. So these are just blow up of the various portions, this being the uppermost portion and the first play area, down to the boardwalk, close to these trees, to this plateau, which is where they call it the preschool play area. This is the toddler play area, preschool play area, and then ultimately down to this asphalt area, and down to the area where we go down to the lower level of the building. And these are just some details of taken from, these are all from actually the Parks Department had a trove of standard details. Basically, it's a path, and where it might be necessary to bulk up on one side of the path or the other. We can have logs that contain it, but primarily it wants to be this just stone dust surface. And the boardwalk is a simple radial sort of boardwalk construction, elevated off the ground so that you preserve your tree roots and so forth.
Do you have anything, any elevations showing the playgrounds themselves?
I do have something that I was sent to me by the playground consultant. 1 second. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is really, these are, I'm going to say, so diagrammatic that they're almost, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's the best 3D rendering. I don't know how this is going to open on my machine here. This is a JPEG, so it may give me a problem. Let me see if I can blow this up.
If it's that specific, it doesn't matter that we see.
Yeah, it's kind of a really stylized kind of, that's the big lot, and that's the toddler play area.
You know what the bedding material is in the playgrounds?
Do I know what the material is? I think I think it's powder coated or some kind of epoxy steel.
The ground, the floor, the ground.
Oh, that is it's basically it's not a surface. It's like it's the equivalent of wood chips, but not organic. That's my understanding.
I get it, okay. That's what they did in the Matheson part. Okay. Okay, I didn't have any other issues or any other questions. Anybody from the board?
No,
No,
No. Okay, I will then make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
second,
All in favor?
aye.
I,
We're good to go. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Okay, just the only housekeeping is that our next meeting is 9/5 September. I will in the next day or so get a note out to to Randy and make sure that he is good to go with that or understands when it is, and he can make it, he can make it.
okay,
I will make, anybody have any questions, issues, concerns?
Nope,
no,
I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
second,
All in favor?
aye.
I.
Okay. Thank you.